Hi guys, and welcome back to EverlastCyber. In today's video, we'll be going through the Azure Fundamentals AZ900 practice questions and answers. This is the part 2 video, as the part 1 has been posted before, so you can check out my YouTube channel to watch the part 1 video. We'll be diving right into the part 2 video. Question 1. Which cloud computing model includes on-premises and cloud-based resources? A. Hybrid. B. Private. C. Public. D. Community. Hybrid cloud combines on-premises infrastructure with public cloud resources, and this allows workloads to run in both environments. Private cloud infrastructure is used exclusively by one organization, and it is usually on premises. Public cloud services is offered over the internet and is shared among multiple organizations, while community cloud shares cloud infrastructure for a specific community or group that have common concerns. Based on this explanation, our answer would be option A. The hybrid cloud model offers flexibility and scalability while maintaining control over sensitive data. So it combines on-premises infrastructure, which is private cloud, with public cloud resources, thereby allowing workloads to run in both the private cloud and the public cloud. Question 2. Which of the following can be used to view which user turned off a specific virtual machine during the last 14 days? A. Azure Service Health. B. Azure Event Hubs. C. Azure Activity Log. D. Azure Access Control IAM. The Azure Service Health shows service level issues and outages in Azure, but it doesn't show user activity. The Azure Event Hubs is a data streaming platform, but it is not used for tracking user activity or for auditing actions that might have occurred. The Azure Activity Log provides a record of all management level events in Azure, and this includes actions such as starting or stopping a virtual machine. It shows who has performed the action, what action was performed, and when it occurred. The Azure Access Control manages roles and permissions, but it doesn't track user activity or the functions that were performed. Based on the question, the best answer is Azure Activity Log. So this is the correct service to use when you want to know which user turned off a specific virtual machine, because it shows who performed an action, what that action was, and when it occurred. Question 3. Azure Advisor provides personalized recommendations, true or false? The answer here would be true because the Azure Advisor provides a personalized best practice recommendation to help optimize your Azure resources for both cost, security, reliability, performance, and operational excellence. The Azure Advisor analyzes your resource configurations and usage in order to offer tailored advice. Question 4. EverlastCyber plans to automate the deployment of servers in Azure. Your manager is concerned that you may expose administrative credentials during the deployment. You need to recommend an Azure solution that encrypts the administrative credentials during the deployment. What should you include in the recommendation? A. Azure Security Center. B. Azure Multi-Factor Authentication. C. Azure Key Vaults. D. Azure Information Protection. The Azure Security Center provides security posture management and threat protection. However, it doesn't provide secret storage. The Azure multi-factor authentication adds an extra authentication layer. However, it does not encrypt credentials during deployments. The Azure Key Vault, on the other hand, is designed to securely store and manage secrets such as API keys, certificates, and administrative credentials. It allows you to encrypt credentials and access them securely during automated deployments without exposing the sensitive data in scripts or templates. The Azure Information Protection focuses on classifying and protecting documents and emails, but it doesn't manage credentials for deployments. Based on the scenario we have, the best recommendation would be to deploy the Azure Key Vault. It integrates well with deployment tools like the ARM templates, Azure DevOps, and others. Question 5. You can create group policies in Azure Activity Directory, true or false? The answer here will be false because group policies are a feature of on-premises Active Directory used to manage and configure Windows computers and users in a domain. It, however, does not support traditional group policies. Instead, it uses mobile device management solutions and Intune for device management and configuration in the cloud. Question 6. Cloud computing offers lower capital expenditure costs than on-premises deployments. True or false? We'll be going with true here because cloud computing actually offers lower capex compared to on-premises deployment because it uses a pay-as-you-go model. This means that you don't need to purchase and maintain expensive hardware upfront. Instead, you only pay for the resources as you use them. So this shifts the cost to operational expenditure. And this basically allows businesses to scale more flexibly and avoid large upfront infrastructure investments. Question 7. Which of the following runs application code in Azure without requiring a server? A. Azure Application Gateway. B. Azure Functions. C. An Azure DevOps pipeline. D. An Azure Resource Manager template. The Azure Application Gateway is a load balancer and web traffic manager. However, it is not used to run code. Azure Functions, on the other hand, is a serverless compute service that lets you run application code without managing or provisioning servers. So, what it does is that it automatically scales and charges based on the number of executions. And this makes it perfect for event driven and short running tasks. The Azure DevOps pipeline is used for automating build and deployment workflows, but it's not used for running application code in production. While the Azure Resource Manager template is used to deploy and manage Azure resources, but it doesn't run application code. So our answer here would be option B, Azure Functions. Question 8. A user account can be assigned to multiple Azure roles. True or false? We'll be going with true here because in Azure, a user account can be assigned multiple roles. And this is because of the role-based access control. The role-based access control allows users to have different permissions across resource groups, subscriptions, and resources by assigning multiple roles as needed. Question 9. When you are implementing a software as a service solution, what are you responsible for? A. Configuring the SaaS solution. B. Defining scalability rules. C. Configuring high availability. D. Installing the SaaS solution. So for a SaaS solution, when you're using software as a service solution, The cloud provider manages the infrastructure, platform, and the application itself. While as a customer, the only thing you're responsible for is configuring the application to suit your business needs, such as setting your user roles, your workflows, and your preferences. The customer, which is you in this case, you are not responsible for defining scalability rules because the provider already handles scalability. You're also not responsible for configuring high availability because this is already built into the SaaS offering by the provider. You're also not responsible for installing the SaaS solution because the application is already hosted and managed by the provider. So the only thing you're responsible for is option A, that is configuring the SaaS solution to suit your business needs. So you just set up your user roles, your workflows, and your preference as it suits your business needs. Question 10. What is a managed service that provides bidirectional communication between Internet of Things devices and Azure? A. Azure Sphere. B. IoT Central. C. IoT Hub. D. AWS. Azure Sphere is a secure microcontroller solution for Internet of Things devices, but it is not a communication hub. The Internet of Things Central is a SaaS-based IoT app platform that is built on top of IoT Hub. It is easier to use, but it is less customizable. Remember, the question asks, what is a managed service that provides both bidirectional communication between IoT devices and Azure? The Azure IoT Hub is a managed service that enables bidirectional communications between IoT devices and Azure. So, what it basically does is that it supports secure device connections and identity management, as well as monitoring and device management at scale. AWS, which is Amazon Web Services, is a competitor to Azure, but it is not an Azure service. So based on the options we have, the managed service that provides bidirectional communication between IoT devices and Azure is the IoT Hub. So it supports device to cloud and cloud to device messaging. That is the bidirectional communication. Question 11. What is a software and hardware solution that provides communication and security features from IoT devices? A. Azure Sphere. B. IoT Central. C. IoT Hub. D. AWS. For this, we'll be going with option A. Azure Sphere is a comprehensive software and hardware solution from Microsoft that provides secure communication for IoT devices. It provides built-in security features at the hardware, operating system, and cloud levels, as well as a microcontroller unit, a custom Linux-based OS, and a cloud security service. So it is basically designed to help manufacturers build highly secured connected devices. Question 12. A resource group can have the owner role assigned to multiple users. True or false? The answer here would be true because you can actually assign the owner role to multiple users on a resource group. This will allow several users to have full management permissions over all resources within that resource group. Question 13. If an Azure virtual machine has a status of stopped, which of the following will you continue to pay for? A. Storage. B. Input-output operations. C. Compute capacity. D. Networking. So when an Azure virtual machine is in the stopped or deallocated state, Compute resources such as CPU and RAM are released, so you don't have to pay for compute capacity. However, the operating system disk and any attached data disk are still stored in Azure storage, so you would continue to pay for storage. For the input-output operations, you're not charged for that because when the virtual machine is deallocated, it is no longer running. You're also not charged for compute capacity because the virtual machine is already deallocated. And you're also not charged for networking. Networking charges will only apply when data is transferred, but this doesn't happen while the virtual machine is deallocated. So the only thing you pay for is option A, storage. Question 14. You can create custom Azure roles to control access to resources. True or false? The answer here would be true because Azure allows you to create custom roles with specific permissions that are tailored to your needs. The custom roles will let you control access to Azure resources beyond the built-in rules. Question 15. Which factor always increases your network costs no matter how your Azure topology is constructed? A. Port speed. B. The amount of inbound data. C. Data transfer within same availability zone. D. The amount of outbound data. Port speed affects performance, but it doesn't affect cost, so that's not our answer. In Azure, inbound data is free, so there's no cost for that. And based on the question, that would not also be our answer. Data transfer within the same availability zone is usually free or at very low cost, so it does not increase the network costs. In Azure, network costs are primarily driven by outbound data transfers. That is data that is sent from Azure to the internet or to another region or even to an on-premises network. So no matter how your topology is structured, you would always see that your network cost is increased due to the amount of outbound data. So the answer here is option D. Question 16. After blobs are uploaded to an Azure storage container, the access tier of the storage account can be changed. True or false? The answer here would be true because you can change the access tier of blobs after they have been uploaded. This flexibility allows optimizing costs by moving the blobs between tiers. So you can move them between hot, cool, or archive based on their usage pattern. So if they are used off like frequently, you can move them to the hot tier. If they are not used for, like everyday purpose or even for months, it can be moved to the archive tier. So you can change the access tier of blobs even after they have been uploaded. Question 17. Azure Government is operated by Microsoft. True or false? The answer here is true because Azure Government is a cloud platform operated by Microsoft, and it is specifically designed to meet the security and compliance requirements of the US government agencies and their partners. So what it does is that it provides physically isolated data centers. It is compliant with the US government standards such as CJIS and FedRAMP, and it is also operated exclusively by screened US personnel. So the answer here is true. Question 18. What is the longest term for which you can purchase your Azure reserved virtual machine instance? A, 1 year, B, 2 years, C, 3 years, D, 5 years. The answer here would be option C. Azure Reserved Virtual Machine Instances allows you to prepay for virtual machines to receive a significant discount compared to the pay-as-you-go pricing. So it offers reservations for 1 year and 3-year terms. As of now, 3 years is the longest term available for purchasing reserved virtual machine instances. So that's why our answer is option C. Question 19. Azure Government is available only to US government agencies and their partners. True or false? The answer here is true because um, the solution providers that build or host applications and services for the US government agencies, they ensure that only eligible users have access to it. So, like we had explained in an earlier question, Azure Government is a specialized cloud platform offered by Microsoft and designed to meet the unique security, compliance, and regulatory requirements of US government entities and their partners. It provides a physically isolated instance of Azure, and it is operated exclusively by screened US personnel. It is also hosted in US only data centers. Question 20. You have an Azure web app and need to manage the settings from an iPhone. Which two Azure management tools can you use? A. Azure CLI. B. Windows PowerShell. C. Azure Portal. D. Azure Cloud Shell. Azure CLI requires installation on a local machine, and there is no native iPhone app or support that deals with this. PowerShell also requires installation on a desktop or laptop. So our answer here would be options C and D. Azure Portal is the web-based portal that is accessible via mobile browsers, including Safari on the iPhone. It allows you to manage Azure resources through a responsive interface. The Azure Cloud Shell is also accessible through the Azure portal or directly via a mobile browser. It provides a browser-based command line interface that has Bash or PowerShell, and it works well on mobile devices like iPhones. This brings us to the end of the practice questions for the Azure Fundamentals AZ900. Remember, this is the part 2 video. Don't forget to like, comment, and share, and also hit the subscribe button if you have not subscribed yet, so that you'll be informed when our next informative video will be dropping. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.